This time on dangerous flights.
Whoa, what was that?
Heartstopper over the Mediterranean. A young upstart signs on.
This your captain speaking. There's no room for mistakes here now, okay?
Yes. Kid is below standards as of right now.
Communication breakdown
Cartoon control.
over a war zone.
That's not good.
Let's roll.
I was speaking thunder for the rain keep falling.
There we go.
It all sounds to rumble.
Are you kidding me right now?
You're crossing the border. Where the devil won't go.
What's wrong?
Where the devil won't go. Where the devil won't go. You're crossing the border.
Super Pete and the Courcheval.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Go to Courcheval.
We're landing at Courcheval, which is in the top 10 most dangerous runways in the world. But it's right on our way. We have to do this. This is on the bucket list.
Where the hell's the airport?
Right there, run.
Oh my God. That's not an airport.
It's not.
We're approaching the holy grail of dangerous airports. I've gotten the specialized training to do it. I'm gonna put my skills to the test. I'm psyched to be here.
November 8, November Tango, Roger. The wind is calm. Report runway vacated, left apron.
388 November takeoff.
Can't stress it enough. This is a very, very serious place to fly into, and we just have to be scrutinizing every single aspect of this airplane.
Courcheval's intense. In the middle of the mountains. It's short. It has a huge grade to it. You're landing uphill. This is a high-risk airport. If you use normal techniques, you'll crash your airplane.
Altitude 7,000, perfect. Dude, this is nuts.
Okay, if we don't see something we like, we're gonna turn right into the valley well before we commit, okay?
Roger. Holy cow. That's not supposed to be a runway. That's a mountain you're landing on.
Now, we're gonna have our speed at 80 exactly, because we can't go around.
Okay.
Not an option, I can't stress it enough.
All right, power and temperatures look good. You're at 82 knots.
Correcting?
The approach speed into Courcheval is critical. Too slow, you're not gonna make it. Too fast, you're gonna hit the mountain.
Looking good. Holy. Speed's looking good. 80. 80, perfect. Power set, perfect. Dude. 80. 75. 70, 65. Dude, that was awesome.
Traffic. Cool, isn't it?
That was insane. Dude, we're at the top of the Alps. You just landed on an uphill runway.
Shazam! How you doing, beautiful? This is it's the Ferrari, man. I mean, it's nothing like it.
Marcio's in his element, delivering a Phenom 300 high-performance jet.
I still the new aircraft smell. What else we got? Oh, score. All right. This thing is very, very new. So we'll make sure we keep it nice and pretty. This time around, I'm flying with a new guy. I don't know anything about him, and this concerns me a little bit. I understand he's very young. I haven't met the kid yet. I'm not even sure if he's out of his diapers yet.
Your captain speaking from the left-hand side.
Lex Pitchler is a 20-year-old upstart in the ferry flying world.
Welcome to your board. I'm gonna introduce myself as South African. Flying African style. Just sit in, hit the throttle, and go, like Alex does.
I started to fly when I was 15, engaged myself in the aircraft brokerage business. So I've been selling 5 to 10 planes per year and trying to get into the business of ferry flying. The sooner you start, the better it is.
I hope I don't have to babysit this new fella too much, you know? I mean, I hope he sits down and he understands what are the duties of a co-pilot.
Hello.
How you doing,
Nice meeting you.
My pleasure.
Alex, nice to meet you.
Nice
Fine.
to meet
Yourself?
you. Doing good, doing good.
Good.
So you do have a shaving kit, correct?
Yeah, I do.
Very good, okay. The guy walks in and the first thing I look at is the 3-day beard, you know, and said, wow, whoa. So come inside, take a look. I don't think you should show up for a brand new job with a 3-day beard. All right, there she is.
That looks nice.
Then a t-shirt and jeans and some hippie kind of bracelets. This is scratchable, so be careful.
Okay, okay.
Kid is below standards as of right now. Be shiny.
Yes.
Let's keep it shiny.
Oh.
Dude, holy we just landed on this.
I want Cory to get some exposure into mountain airports. And Courchevel epitomizes what a mountain airport's all about. It's a difficult runway, difficult terrain, and it demands a lot. I want him to see that. He will learn a ton from it.
He landed a little late.
He did land late.
Well, I can definitely see why it's in the top 10 most dangerous airports in the entire world.
Oh, yeah, it is. Absolutely.
You just greased it on like a champ.
Thank you. Thank you.
I gotta believe that the takeoff's almost as intense as the landing.
The takeoff is intense.
Power set. All right, big boy.
Let's go get after it.
Ahead, an 18.5% downhill slope.
Airspeed is alive, power is set. You've got a good engine at 40 knots. Oh my God. 45, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85.
More like launching from a ski jump than a runway.
And it's just a straight drop off. Oh my God.
That is wild.
Cory and Pete are now more than halfway through their 17,500 kilometer journey from the southern United States to Kenya.
Got some lightning coming up, Pete.
Yeah, we need to get around this. Control November 388, November take go. We'd like to deviate about 10 degrees left for weather.
On this trip, Cory's a captain in training.
Look at all these lightning strikes coming up.
Yep, gonna be bumpy.
He's handled whatever's been tossed at him.
Stupid radar's acting up again, man.
But this next test
Damn it.
is for the advanced class.
It's just terrific.
Dude, we're in the middle of the too. We need this radar.
Flying without a radar in weather is flying blind. You can't tell if you're flying right into the center of a thunderstorm.
Should we try and turn it off?
Yeah, go ahead and shut it down.
Son of a stupid things work great until we need it. There's thunderstorms all over the place. We're gonna have lightning strikes now. God. They're picking up some ice, boss.
Roger, take care of that situation.
They pop the de-ice boots to blast the ice off the wings.
like that. Come on, blue sky.
That is wonderful. And we just came out of the storm.
Thank God. Hey, inertial separator coming on.
Whoa, what was that?
What was that?
I don't know.
I mean, it was a loud, huge thud. The very worst thing you want to hear when you're flying over the ocean, out of range of gliding distance to any airport or any land for that matter.
Pressures and temperatures look good. ITT temp looks good. RPM's good. Prop's good. Torque is good.
Fly 09.
Holy
That is bizarre.
I wonder if it was some ice or something like that.
Very possible.
The intake of that aircraft may have built up some ice. It broke off, bam, hit the plane, thud.
And of course, we're over the ocean, no gliding distance.
Oy, oy, oy. Sure, it'll get your attention.
Let's get out of here, man. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Leading edge is okay. No damage.
For Lex, it's the first time ever riding shotgun in a jet.
We're gonna do a high performance takeoff out of here,
Okay.
just so you can feel what this thing can do.
Okay.
You're gonna knock your socks off now. Let's see it.
The Phenom delivery will be a marathon. More than 7,000 kilometers of open ocean where planes actually drop off the radar. They'll land in a zone famous for fast-changing weather, and in India, famous for its red tape. Then navigate some of the world's busiest airspace to deliver in Singapore, a trip stretching over 40% of the globe.
Fuel cap's on, everything is off, okay?
Okay.
I checked the oil earlier, so the oil is good.
Okay.
I am expecting that he can at least, speak on the radio, file a flight plan, get a clearance, and have some basic instrument flight skills. This is not a mission that I can afford to have someone on the right seat that will drag me.
It's all clear to me. I'm fine.
That's it. We're good to go. All right, guys, take it over.
Lots of pilots fly for 20, 30 years, and they never have the opportunity to go on the Phenom. So I want to prove myself.
Lex,
Yes.
here's your paperwork. We're crossing the Atlantic.
That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have to know this might be a once-in-your-lifetime chance.
This is aviation to a new level. Let's go.
600 drop anchor, roger, hold for release, stand by.
Ready for this, kid? Oh. Fly a jet.
Now I'm gonna take a better look in here and have you operate the separator.
Okay.
Pete and Cory are playing detective.
Okay, you ready?
The mystery,
Go ahead.
what's behind their engine thud.
Again, in this position, if ice enters the engine, it will exit through here. It won't go right up into the engine. So when you close that, there could have been a little bit of ice, and it came off and made this thud.
Sure scared the out of me for a second.
Sure. But it's looking good.
And it's not the only thing that looks solid. Cory's clinched his next delivery deal.
Hello.
Kerry, what's going on? It's Cory.
Hey, Cory. How's it going, bud?
Hey, Cory, how's it going?
Hey, Claire.
What's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to give you a quick update. That Uruguay flight is coming together.
All right.
Nice. I've just got one more little hoop I got to work through, but it's going to happen.
Hey, that's great.
Claire and I just got back from doing a little flying. I'm getting her up to speed on her co-pilot skills here, so.
Yeah, that's sweet. I can't wait.
No, I'm excited for you, Claire. This is going to be a great experience.
It's going to be fun.
Awesome.
Take it easy on your old man.
Will do, Cory.
Okay, guys, talk to you soon.
Sounds good, boss. We'll talk to you later. Sweet.
Jump good.
Roger, climb, maintain level 450.
Climbing and maintaining level 450, Phenom 600 Golf Yankee.
Attaboy.
With Marcio, you don't earn respect. You fight for it.
I'm expecting Lex to keep his eyes open, learn fast. If I tell you to do something, you're gonna do it exactly what I tell you, okay?
Okay.
You ready for this? In 3, 2, 1, put your mask on, put your mask on, put your mask on.
Mask on. I already got killed.
Mask test is something that, we're flying at 45,000 feet. If we have an explosive decompression of the airplane, people have to be trained on that. Ladies and gentlemen, the aviation industry is sorry to inform you that your son is dead. 31 seconds.
When it comes to oxygen, Marcio knows how fast things can go downhill.
Feeling a little bit of signs of low oxygen?
On his last flight, Marcio's brain was oxygen starved.
I don't know what's going on.
Doing all right, Marcio.
He couldn't think straight enough to get his mask working. On a solo flight, it could have been deadly.
Only 1 out of 10 guys can do this proficient.
Show me.
Yeah, sure. So, boom, something happens.
Okay.
When I'm on my game, I do it in 3 seconds. I probably did it in 5 or 6, but I should do it in 3 seconds.
How many seconds we got? Useful consciousness like 12?
45,000 feet, if that. I want to send a letter to your mama. Oh,
Autopilot. Autopilot.
this is bad.
Autopilot.
Oh, come on! What the hell just happened? Suddenly, I lost all my instruments. They're all gone.
45,000 feet above the Atlantic Ocean, Marcio's computer screen is suddenly blank.
What is wrong here? I don't know what it is.
Gone, his airspeed, direction, and altitude.
The screen disappeared completely. I lost autopilot, I lost everything. Clear, this is not good, this is not good.
You changed to the fuel something.
Oh no, hold on a second.
It's a bad time to have a rookie in the right seat.
The flight director's back on. Autopilot. What the hell just happened?
Any system can fail on every plane.
Every airplane. Doesn't matter who you are. This was malfunction number 1. Is there something behind it? We're crossing the Atlantic. What if this had happened right during my approach, my turn that I'm, looking at it? Do I have Lex fly it? From now on, we gotta make it. The weather there is not great. If it doesn't improve, we're gonna have to go somewhere else, okay?
With a faulty computer and a green co-pilot, Marcio won't risk a bad weather landing in the $8 million Phenom.
Weather report, wind 17 knots, visibility 6 kilometers, clouds scattered 500 feet.
Okay, the weather's, it's down to the worst now. I don't want to do this. We're definitely gonna have to alternate now.
November 69er Golf Yankee. Would like to proceed to the alternate Lima Papa Lima Alpha due to the weather. Weather is a lot better there. It's a very long runway.
November 69 Golf Yankee, I copied, requesting to proceed direct to lodges. I have to wait for clearance from lodges.
Roger, we're standing by
Lodges information. Runway 15 glide slope by the surface. Light to moderate turbulence.
Okay, things are going from bad to worse.
Part of the system that guides pilots to the runway is down. That means Marcio has to come out of the clouds at a higher altitude to land safely.
All right, let's take a look at this approach. Let's find the minimums.
To pull it off, they need the clouds high enough to see the airstrip clearly. Lex figures out how high.
Minimum is 408 feet.
Are you sure? This is basic stuff, man. Don't let me down now. You give me my blood pressure is rising a little bit. So.
Right. It's a localized inoperative.
What he said.
If it's inoperative, then it's 520 feet.
Okay, but that's not what you said. This is very important. You have to, you cannot make this mistake because otherwise we're in trouble.
I didn't catch it.
And this is a big problem, huh?
It's a 112-foot mistake. Drop that low too soon, and you could hit more than the runway.
Because there's terrain around, there's mountains, and I have to see the ground at a certain altitude. If you get the minimums wrong, you can, hit the ground. There's no room for mistakes here, okay? Focus, okay?
Yes.
We're running out of gas. We're crossing the ocean with this kid on the right seat, making mistakes. I mean to be hard on you, okay, man? I'm sorry, but you have to have my back.
What's up ahead, Corey?
Oh, I see Africa. My first time to Africa.
They've put 15,000 kilometers behind them.
Should get our shirts on here in a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Now, Cory and Pete close in on their most dangerous stop, war-torn Sudan.
I've got to come back, get in my luggage, and get our pilot uniforms on. We have to wear our pilot's uniforms coming to land flying through Africa. They respect you more, and it's a lot easier to get all your stuff done on the ground so we get back in the air. So the 4 bars mean captain, the 3 bars mean first officer. The question is, should I give Pete the captain's bars, or should I put them on myself? Piss them off.
Oh my God.
It's like you graduated me into a real pilot.
Oh my God.
Hey, where's my bars?
Oh, why does yours only have 3 bars on it?
As I said, where are my bars? I don't know what these are.
So Smartass has taken the captain bars himself. It's not just the 4th stripe that makes you a captain.
I look good as a captain.
I don't think I've ever had 3 stripes on.
Oh, now this will be Facebooked.
Oh no.
Notice who the captain is.
This will not be Facebooked.
Oh, yes it will. Five minutes till we're into Sudan.
There's nothing but desert out there.
I was really hoping there was a way to avoid it, but there's just, with our route of flight, there's no way to get fuel anywhere else, no way to make it.
If you're planning to land in a war zone, you'd better let someone know you're coming.
Good morning, Khartoum. Caravan November 388, November Tango, position new bar 0618. Over. That's not good.
Khartoum, November 388, November Tango, position new bar.
That's comforting. We're in the most dangerous countries in the world and we can't talk to anybody.
Yep. Well, at least up here in the desert, we don't have to worry about surface-to-air missiles.
What, do we ever have to worry about that?
Well, it is a country that's been torn apart by war.
Will there be guards with guns that come up, or?
Yeah, there will. Guys come up with their guns and they'll stand sentry around the plane.
On top of just going into landing in Sudan, we've got cameras all over this airplane. We've got 3 on the dash and big camera equipment in there. And it's illegal to film in Sudan.
I want to somehow cover up some of these cameras. Maybe just we'll throw up a little bit of piece of papers here and there just to camouflage them.
Okay.
If they think we're spies or something, we're toast. They're gonna keep us.
I just hope to God this stop goes smooth. We get down, we get fuel, and we get back in the air. Final approach course is 357. And holy, here we come, Sudan. I'm not looking forward to this. Before landing, seats and shoulder harnesses coming on.
November 388, November Tango, contact tower 19.
Good morning, Cartoon Tower. November 388, November Tango is with you. We have the airport in sight.
Just in time to land, the radio comes alive.
All right, coming down nicely. We're clear to land, ignition's on.
And this has to be turned off. Make sure they're off.
Okay, so as soon as we touch down, all I need to do is I gotta hit pause, 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 and then just kill the power.
Okay. I'll taxi slowly.
Okay. Speed's 110. 10 degrees. Oh gosh.
There's some Army barracks.
All right, speed's looking good, 85 knots. 75, 70.
Oh, Peter scored one.
November 388, November Tango, continue taxi, vacate via taxiway Charlie, continue.
Vacate, taxiway Charlie, November Tango. Okay, I'm gonna get those
Nova 460 Alpha.
Cameras, you got radios?
Charlie 28 passing, you will clear and turn back to that for runway 36. Report, where is the fucking Basha?
Give us some fuel and let us get the hell out of your country.
We're gonna go to Lima, Papa. We're gonna go to Lima Alpha. Is it again?
Lima Papa Lima Alpha.
Lima Papa Lima Alpha.
It's Lajes.
Lajes Airport.
Low on fuel, Marcio and Lex need to put this bird down.
Good afternoon. Proceed direct to Wendy and maintain flight level 150 and hold.
But now, they're stuck in a holding pattern.
He's like kidding.
Can you give me an EFC, please, for holding?
It's unknown for now, sir. We are talking with the Portuguese operations to see if you are clear to land on the airport or not. They are discussing still, so...
Yeah, we don't have too much fuel for this, okay? I can give you maybe 10 minutes.
Can I set the approach?
Not yet. We don't have clearance yet.
I know from my experience because we wanted to go there. It's an Air Force base. I'm from Europe, so I know Europe and I know the airport. So we cannot go there, even if it's an alternate. You will need permission. It's a military airport.
Oh, it's military. That's why.
Yeah, it's an Air Force base. Want me to pull up the... I have other airports here.
Hold on a second. It's public. It's public.
It is public, but it's like with prior clearance to go there, you know? Do you want me to check other ones which are closed?
No, this is fine.
Okay. Marcio was like being the experienced pilot, you know, not listening to the young kid.
November 69 Golf Yankee, you are only authorized to land if you declare an emergency, sir.
Me?
He was wrong, and I'm right, so he should listen to me sometimes.
Okay, do you have another place that we can go that is a good weather?
I would say 65 to 70 miles to the south, which will be Ponte Delgada, and proceed direct Papa Delta from present position.
Can see the island. Bank is good. Okay, you should have the runway coming up here.
Okay.
Wind is presently 37.
I have a strong crosswind. It's crazy. But on my speed now, okay?
That's 125, 124.
On my speed, don't do anything but on my speed. That's all I need to do.
125. 20.
Beautiful. Come on, baby. Come on. We're on the ground. Right there. No. There you go. That's what Daddy likes. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Very nice. It was a very nasty wind.
Wait a minute, let me get my heart over here from the ground and put it back on.
November 388, November Tango. Request engine start.
Start with the probe. Let's go ready for taxi.
Roger, call ready.
Come on, baby, spool up.
It's illegal to film in Sudan, so unfortunately, there's no footage. It's just not worth the risk of them coming and starting to ask questions, taking us to jail, doing whatever the hell they want with us.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. Do it.
Airspeed alive.
There's 75.
Flaps up.
Collected. On our way.
Well, that is a huge relief.
Yes, it is. That one is behind us. And you got to go to the bathroom. How'd that
Sudan? I went to a new low in Sudan.
So no toilet paper in the bathroom.
If I didn't have to go so bad, there's no way.
There's 3 things I always bring on a ferry flight: passport, cash, and toilet paper. And Cory got to learn this the hard way.
I have a little squirter thing. It sat there and just squirted my ass.
I had a roll of toilet paper in the back.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you looking out for me, teaching the ways of international travel.
Absolutely.
Height level change, right?
Oh, it's a vertical speed.
Vertical speed.
Marcio and Lex aim for the heart of Europe and some of the most crowded airspace on the planet.
November 69 Golf Yankee, you are very weak on this frequency.
Backup frequency 6628 and cell call received. November 69er Golf Yankee.
The proper response is cell call check, okay.
Okay.
Not received, cell call check, okay.
That was cool.
Are you up the first time?
Because I forgot the altitude.
Right. Make sure you say the altitude.
Of course, of course.
There's no room for mistakes here now. Focus. What Lex is doing is, because of his lack of experience, is not following standard procedures. You have to know exactly what you say, exactly what you answer, and that's the end of it.
1,000?
Happen?
Said 1,000 to transition.
Don't say that.
You don't do? Okay.
I don't want to be worrying about if the guy next to me doesn't know how to talk on the radio. This is just details, okay? I'm just giving you the proper way of doing it.
Good.
My personal opinion is, as long as the controller understands what I'm telling him and he's not complaining, then it doesn't matter how you put the radio transmission.
Climbing to level 240 and stand by, November 69 Golf Yankee. Do you want me to ask high?
270 for now.
270? It was 270, November 69 Golf Yankee.
He took over control in some situations where it actually was my turn to do the radio, then it really annoys me.
280.
You just have to keep calm, shut your mouth, and that's it.
Continuing climb level 300, November 69 Golf Yankee.
200.
Bueno, ¿cómo estamos? ¿Todo bien? Ay, cansado. So we gotta go find some paella and some Rioja red wine. That'll be awesome. I'm very happy now. You happy?
I'm okay.
Just okay.
I'm okay.
Is that it? You're not leaving us?
No, I'm not leaving you unless you want me to.
No, I don't want you to leave. Just have to diffuse the situation with Lex. He doesn't look happy. So we're gonna diffuse that right now. Now, Lex,
Yes.
you can clearly tell that you're not too happy. So,
Yes.
tell me what's going on in your mind, so we can talk about it.
For me, it's just when I'm like, when you say I'm doing the radio, then I would like to do that, So when you say I can do the gear, then I would like to do the gear. I know that in between us there are several experiences and thousands of hours.
Just remember one thing.
Yes, please.
You're gonna have an opportunity to swing the gear and to touch those little buttons.
Yes.
hundreds of times
Yes.
in your life.
That's
but you
true.
have to live to do that.
Yes.
I care that they go back to their mama in one piece. If their heart is broken, I'm sorry. There will be some times that we get to get the job done and live to talk about it, okay? And to have a real... I'm not here to make him happy. I'm here to keep us alive, man. There we go.
Segway.
Can you take a picture of me, Papi?
Of course, I can.
European style. We had a tough day yesterday. Today is a rewind. Today is the day to recover body and soul.
A real professional one, right?
Yeah. Well, let me bend my hair, man. Look at my hair. Hold on.
Well, yesterday it ended up kind of a mess. Oh, that's a nice one.
Good?
Marcio was really stressed.
Oh, yeah.
You look like a happy pilot. Bottom line, Marcio needs to be happy, needs to get whatever he wants. Capitano.
Make it nice, make it nice.
And that's it. Has to be that way.
Oh, taking the hell out of it. Wow, this is awesome. Quoting one of the legends of ferry flying, Mr. Kerry, that's why I ferry fly.
Ferry fly.
Of course, there's some similarities with Lex. When I was growing up down in Brazil, I would stay at the airport. And every pilot that would come in and say, hey, can I go with you? Can I go with you? You know, and I think a lot of these guys, they got tired of me and said, Marcio, okay, you come with me now. Exactly what Lex did. I said, okay, let's go, kid. You know, someone helped me before, so let me help you now. With caution, though.
Lex is already a hotshot plane broker with plans to break new turf.
I would like to get more into that ferry business, and I guess it's the best way, like, to do it now with someone who has the experience.
So you want to be in the ferry business?
In the ferry industry, yeah.
There's a fine line between helping someone get on their way and helping someone that's going to get in your way. Let's change the roles a little bit. Let's say you have a business, you're experienced. Would you train someone that will take that business away from you?
No.
Give them all the ropes, all the strings that you have to pull.
Do it, yeah.
So you have to understand that
of course.
If you think that I'm trying to hide things from you, it's because I am. All right?
For myself, being already so successful at such a young age, it's like he, of course, doesn't want to share all the experience and all the tricks that he has.
I cannot feed the snake that's going to bite me. It's just that simple, you know? Hi!
For Lex, it's business before pleasure.
Hi! How are you? I miss you too. Oh, I will talk later then. Bye-bye.
Sorry, but there was a client I had to pick up. No worries. Plane sold today.
Shazam! You know who's buying the beer? You know, he's 20 years old and he's selling airplanes. I'm 41 years old. Ask me how many airplanes I sold in my life. I tell you, one. Okay? For a friend of mine. Very good. We're proud of you, my friend.
They say a little competition's a good thing. And before this trip is done, Marcio won't be the only one looking over his shoulder.
When we show up here, I want these guys to know that you're captain.
I think we just gotta polish a couple things, my friend. I think you're there.
I learned a ton this trip.
After 3 continents and 17,000 kilometers, Cory and Pete close in on their destination.
You got the right attitude, you want to learn, and you want to do it right, and I like that.
Cory's first trip ever as captain in training earns Pete's seal of approval.
A stripe means nothing, it's whether you can carry it or not, right?
Right. This is beautiful down here.
All right, Cory, we're 8 miles out. Final landing of this epic 60 hours of flight time over 2 weeks of cruising the world for 9,000 miles.
Okay, boss, there's the airport.
Skinny little bush runway.
Holy all right, both flaps.
Roger, 105 and slowing, looking beautiful. What are they talking about short? They haven't been to Courchevel. Beautiful. All right, a little less speed, it'll save their prop.
We did it.
Hey, right?
All the way home.
Hey, look where we are. We're in Nanyuki.
Nanyuki, Whiskey Victor helicopter is descending promptly.
This is awesome.
Welcome to Nanyuki.
Well done.
Very good.
Rick, Cory Benson.
How do you do? Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Kenya.
Pete Zaccanino, Rick, nice to meet you.
Fantastic.
Good to meet you. Well done. So it's been a long haul, huh?
It was a fun time though. The plane performed great.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And when it had to go fast, it went fast. If it didn't need to, it conserved its energy, and it didn't take any.
So what is it going to be used for?
About 90% of what we do, Cory, is tourism. Why don't you take a quick flight with Rick and go and, he'll show you a little bit.
I would.
And we'll take you up to Mount Kenya.
Awesome.
That would be great.
Which is a really spectacular flight.
Fantastic. Let's do it.
Mount Kenya, here we come. This is awesome. Oh, this is amazing, Rick.
Well, Mount Kenya is the second tallest mountain in Africa. It's a sacred mountain for the Kikuyu. They believe that God lives at the top, called Mungu.
Fantastic, boys. It's fun to see what this plane's gonna do for its everyday life from now on. It's a perfect plane for it.
It's a special world up here.
I'm having a blast up here.
And then we'll just come down and head back home.
Roger that.
This is amazing.
Okay, the runway. You are looking where the trees end, okay? Yep. And you can see all the animals at the far end.
Oh, yeah. Lots of zebra, huh?
Wow! Now you can see that we have a different definition of zebra crossing in Africa.
I love it.
Well, there you are, your first landing in the bush in Africa.
Wow, nicely done,
and I don't actually believe it. I think you've done that a few times.
Look at that giraffe.
That is so cool. Very lucky.
We are lucky, but we worked our ass off to get here.
Oh, yeah. Well, we found our way here. We should find our way back.
Yeah, you gotta head home.
Yeah, I gotta go. Time stops when you're on a ferry trip, but the world doesn't stop. And so I gotta get back to doing other work, other customers, and I can't give up a day. Well, dude, this is the end of another saga.
Whoa. Yeah, it's one of those days, it's like, I wish I could stay here for a week and go explore.
Oh, man, that would be awesome. But as you know, the stuff is building on the home front.
Yeah.
Ladies,
Dude.
guys. Great flight, dude. Really good
times. Final handoff. Tropic Air's new airplane. She was good to us. Now, time for a long-ass airline ride home. See my kids, get the shop back, get the business back in shape, and head out on the next one.
Next time on Dangerous Flights.
Good weather to fly?
A weather delay could spark fireworks back home.
This is going to be the ending of my ferry career or my marriage. I would have to choose.
Family Feud.
Whoa, gotta let it go. We're
I need
200.
to. I know that. That's what I was just saying.
And Lex's new front seat rival is feeling the pressure.
Well, the worst thing that can happen is that the membrane inside your ear gets completely ripped apart.
This time on dangerous flights.
We're 300 knots.
Over the speed limit.
If a bird goes through here, we all dead.
Spanish?
Yes.
English?
No.
Claire gets lost in translation.
Landing fees, tariffs.
You ready for this adventure?
I'm absolutely ready.
And Lex suddenly has a rival on board.
He's taking away my seat.
Let's roll.
I was speaking thunder for the ring keep
Here we go.
all sounds to rumble.
Are you kidding me right now?
You're crossing the border. Where the devil won't go. Where the devil won't go. Where the devil won't go. You're crossing the border.
You know, it almost makes me nervous that we're not finding much except a dirty filter.
I know.
Because there's always something wrong with every airplane I've ever seen.
This 13-year-old Bonanza is Kerry's next big delivery job.
When you're meeting a plane for the first time, you never know what you're in for. Even the best-looking plane can have big problems.
And master mechanic Russ has been flown down to Uruguay to help find them.
Did you check the cables and pulleys yet?
No, not yet.
We're looking at everything because this is not only a dangerous flight, it's a long one. What's wrong with this thing? It's gonna bug the hell out of me if I can't figure that out. No plane is perfect.
Kerry's just used to flying a bunch of junk around, so this is really gonna scare him when he gets into a nice airplane. Even I'd go with him on this flight. When you can get a mechanic to fly with you, that's pretty darn good.
But Kerry's real co-pilot is already on the way.
This is a really special ferry flight for me because it's the first flight that I get to take with my daughter, Claire.
This is gonna be quite the journey. I'm so excited, like especially to share this with my dad. We're both quite the daredevils. It's gonna be awesome.
She's already a pilot, and I'm just really excited to share this adventure with her. Oh, here she is now.
Hi, Claire. I'm Ross.
Great to
All
meet
right,
you.
Claire.
You sure you don't want to get strapped on top, you know, for a wild ride?
If it wasn't for the gross weight, I would. I'm gross weight.
Yeah, he's pretty dense. Take that however you want. Don't pull it so much. So we got a little more slack. We've got a temporary sticker up that'll allow it to enter U.S. airspace under its new registration number. Yeah, you just want to keep it nice and light.
Kerry and his 18-year-old daughter will haul this single engine over 8,000 kilometers.
Ease off a little on pulling it, Claire.
From Uruguay, it's over the Amazon jungle, where sudden storms are known to pull planes out of the sky. And the Caribbean's no pilot's holiday, with mountainous terrain and short runways. Then, on to North Carolina for final delivery.
Come here, Claire. Start learning you some stuff. The end goal of my trip for Claire is to ultimately make her a ferry pilot. That would be great. I would love to see her carry on the family business. What you're looking for are loose wires. You want to feel the condition of it. It should feel smooth. All right, so go ahead and stick your hand up in there.
It's all smooth. Okay.
By the time you're done, Claire, you'll know all about airplanes. Most of it, which you won't want to know.
I'd rather just fly the thing.
I know you'd rather just fly the thing, but that's not what we do.
I know my dad thinks it's important for me to learn the mechanic skills. If I'm gonna be off in some other country, it's good to have knowledge of the plane, but it doesn't really appeal to me.
I usually find it easier to scoot further forward so you're just laying on the ground directly underneath it.
This is fine.
I don't want to get dirty. Oh my God, I got my outfit on.
That's not why, Dad. Oh my gosh. Shut up. The problem comes when it's got to be his way or the highway.
Because I'm the boss. I'm the dad. I'm the captain.
Here's Cory in.
But Kerry's got a boss to answer to as well.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Getting everything all set to leave, and just thought we'd give you a call and touch base.
Cory scored this flight, so we have to keep him in the loop.
How's the plane?
And that thing is so clean, it squeaks.
And more importantly, how is your co-pilot?
What do you think, Claire? You learned anything yet?
Nada.
No, I think she's gonna be pretty handy on this trip.
That's awesome. Let me know if there's any issues with the plane.
All right, Cory, talk to you later.
All right.
We are
Good to go.
good to go.
Kerry's not the only one saddling up with a young gun.
No, we're just going right.
That goes in the cockpit, yeah.
Lex.
Yes.
4 days in with his rookie co-pilot,
So we're gonna establish some procedures. You swing the gear.
Marcio raises the bar on Lex.
You swing the flaps. Okay, on my command.
Okay.
I'm expecting Lex to learn fast. If he gets to a point that I have to tell him 2 or 3 times, hey, here's how you have to do this, it's gonna be a problem. So you set the numbers. So if he says, climb on 10,000 feet, you go ahead and you dial 10,000 feet.
And same procedure for the approach. All the settings, so throughout the whole flight.
You set altitudes and headings, okay? Concentrate on that. We have a community of ferry pilots. This is a very tight club, man. We know everybody. It's time to fly now. You know, I can go to that group of ours and say, hey, Lex really sucks. You know, and that's the end of it. Hey, Lex, bring that back. Bring that back.
It's hard for young people in aviation to prove themselves because experienced pilots look down on you, so it's very, very hard to perform well and fulfill their expectations.
Here we go. You ready for this? Right side is clear. We're fit for takeoff.
Lex is 20 years old, and he's already racked up 700 hours in prop planes.
80 knots. Let's check.
But it's his first time out as a jet jockey.
Positive rate of climb. Up. Up.
The Phenom trip is a great opportunity to prove myself as a potential ferry pilot.
Flaps up. Flaps up.
And I want to perform well so that I will be called for trips in the future.
So far, Lex and Marcio have covered 7,000 kilometers, all of it over open water. Ahead, 4 border crossings, including India, where red tape can tie up a plane indefinitely. Final touchdown, Singapore, a trip that covers almost half the circumference of the planet.
So Lex, look at this. We can barely make it to Italy at this flight level.
If there's one weakness that you can fight at the Phenom, is that at lower altitudes, it burns a lot of fuel.
We are requesting flight level 450 if possible.
If I don't climb, I don't get to my destination.
Jack is my good luck charm, so Jack, give us a little bit of a good luck today.
Number 69,
that's what we got.
climb flight level 450. Registration climb flight level 450.
So go ahead and put flight level 450. I got it.
Marcio, it's getting a little older. So as I get older, my patience is decreasing a little bit.
We're gonna fly the flight level profile. Is it okay for you if I set it?
Would I prefer to have a guy that I can just, you know, close my eyes and he knows what's going on? Of course.
You touch everything, don't you? Right. Go ahead. Touch this one.
But then I have to stop and think. I've been in his shoes before.
There you go. Now touch this one here. Touch this one. Just touch it or tune it. Tune it a little bit. Make you happy.
And it's unfair for me not to help the kid.
There you go. Not this one. Touch this one here. This one. Very good.
As a young co-pilot, it's always pure fascination to control things, to enter things, to touch things. So I'm pushing all these buttons, and I was about to touch Jack.
No, don't touch Jack, man. Don't touch Jack, man.
No one ever touches Jack.
Go ahead and bring the power down to cruise, max cruise.
Max cruise set.
Oh, just Jack, man.
Yeah. November 600 Golf Yankee, ready for descent.
But as they descend, tensions flare up again.
They want us to be a certain speed here. We're at 300 knots, dude. The important thing you gotta keep an eye on. See, that's why I need you to have my back. I'm at 300 knots. Pay attention to that, okay? It's a speed below 10,000 feet everywhere.
250 knots.
Why did you say something? Below 10,000 feet, that's where most of the birds fly, you have to be at 250 knots or below. It's an international rule, and it has to be followed.
Okay.
250 knots.
Okay.
Because of the windshield, a bird can go through it. If a bird goes through here, we're all dead. If I have this kid making mistakes, it becomes a problem.
Good weather to fly? What do you think?
I don't think I know. I'm not going anywhere. Look at this.
A weather delay could spark a storm on the home front.
Well, I have a very, very important deadline to meet. I have to be home. I will be home for my daughter's birthday. Because this is going to be the ending of my ferry career or my marriage. I would have to choose.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going, Amore?
Very, very, very rainy here. Thunderstorms.
Okay.
If I had plenty of days to burn, I wouldn't care. But now we don't.
Oh, did you come back?
I come back in one piece.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
The weather's horrible, so we're not gonna fly today. We're gonna fix a problem that has been bugging me for a while now, since the very beginning. Okay?
Okay.
The first impression, Lex, was not good because of his appearance.
Hello.
The guy walks in and the first thing that calls my attention is the 3-day beard. It's a big no-no for any professional pilots. You know, I've been requesting a nice clean shave from Lex for the last few days. It hasn't been complied with, so I think that a little intervention is required.
Are you sure he knows how to do that?
All right, easy does it, okay?
Yo, 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 yo.
Now, on a serious note, your hair over your ears and your sideburns going everywhere, it doesn't look professional. What we're looking for is just a haircut. You got nothing. You got just some...
I'm a bit stubborn, I'm young, I want to follow my line, but he's not happy with it.
You know, there are some standards that people are expecting. No one would show up, you know, delivering on an airplane looking like a hippie or something, you know? Look at that kid. Really good. Lex, very nice. Nice, huh?
We're ready for takeoff.
Clear to take off.
And we are off. Like a prom dress. It doesn't really apply with Claire on board. We're gonna have to think of something else. Woo! And now we know it'll take off with this much weight.
Right on.
I didn't overpack too much.
Until now, all Claire's sky time has been closer to home.
Flying is something that's always come really natural to me.
Cessna 71 Victor, taking off on runway 27 Menominee.
I mean, I've been brought up flying. There's pictures of me as a baby in a car seat in the plane with my dad. You have just the open air. It's a really crazy feeling of freedom.
Left downwind 27 Menominee.
It's about time to test that out on a real huge journey and see how it goes.
You want to hand fly for a little while?
Sure.
Get yourself all set, kick off the autopilot. Go nuts.
What I didn't want to have happen on this trip is just have Claire along as a passenger, as baggage, and I just fly. You know, then she could just might as well sit in the back and eat bonbons or something.
I picked up a little speed, 157 knots. Kind of nice.
Yeah, we're cruising.
I've nicknamed her Supergirl. She was super easy to teach how to ski. She got her scuba rating at 14. Learned how to skydive in 4 jumps, where it normally takes somebody a minimum of 7. Her mother says she's maybe just a little bit too like me, and for that I'm sorry, but
We're climbing, so pushing just a trim. Whoa! Easy does it there, Sparky.
What the heck? I've never flown something so touchy before.
Yep.
This plane is pretty new compared to what I'm used to flying, so all of the controls are in pretty good condition, which, weirdly enough, it kind of made me struggle a little bit at first.
This plane flies a lot faster. When you adjust it, real gentle like. One thing at a time. Get your wings level. Go back on your heading.
Well, I gotta get in my heading.
Close enough. Adjust your trim a little bit. Push it. Push a little bit. Don't let go of the. Don't let go.
Dad, I got it. I might be an 18-year-old girl, you know, freshman in college, whatever, but I am a competent pilot and I'm here to do business. I wouldn't be along for the ride if I wasn't.
It's gonna dive.
Then adjust it a little bit more.
But I mean,
You gotta let it go. We're
I
200.
need to. I know, Dad. That's what I was just saying. Yeah, listen.
I'm not the type of person that lets people push me around. Simple as that. Not gonna tolerate it. If my dad's pushing me around, he's no different. I'm gonna push back.
Hey, don't concentrate on that for too long. Get back.
I am in my and that
But it's
and
not
that.
going down.
when Claire and I are flying together and she's at the controls, she needs to listen to me. Safety of the aircraft is in the balance.
Hey, Claire. Want to have some fun?
Sure.
Stand up. Grab the controls. We're gonna do a little slalom course. We're gonna pretend these clouds are mountains.
Cloud surfing is excellent training for a new pilot. You really have to learn exactly how to fly the airplane to its limits. And if you screw up a little bit while cloud surfing, no harm, no foul.
You got to get the feel for the airplane. So if you ever have to do any actual hard maneuvers, you know what it can do. What I want you to do, oh, bouncy, bouncy. See that gap there? Building up a little speed. I want you to pull up over the top of that cloud. We're not, look like we're in radar contact, so.
Not exactly good form to fly all over the sky, but we're out of radar range and no one can see us. So let's play a bit.
You want to bank so you don't hit it. Not yet, not yet, not yet. You're too far away. Hey, go through the gap. Through the gap.
What are you,
The gap.
sideways or what?
Yeah. Not 100% sideways. Lower your nose. Now come left. Come left. Hard left and lower your nose. Hard left. Hard left. Hard left. Do not hit that cloud. It's a mountain. There you go. Pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
November 316 Papa, approach.
November 316 Papa.
I know you are making weather deviations. but if possible, maintain high speed.
316 Papa, roger. He said, I know you're making weather deviations. No, we're just kind of screwing around. I guess we'll stop.
November 316 Papa, check if you can fly free of meteorological formations.
Okay, he's giving me actual instructions here. I guess I better do some of that pilot math. You might want to put on your shoulder harness too if we're gonna go blasting through a lot of these bad boys. We might get kind of bounced around.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, who speaks English?
We received your flight plan and it's on the way.
Okay, Gan. Thank you, Donna.
After losing a day to bad weather, Marcio's got to get a move on.
I need to make sure that he is the one putting gas. Otherwise, he might give me a $5,000 bill.
Reining in cost is key to making it in this business.
Been doing this for way too long to know how these things work.
In Turkey, Marcio's on the lookout for price gouging.
If you negotiate, you know, they will charge everything that they can. They send you a quote, and then you get it and say, oh, wow, but that was the tax this, the fee for that, the fee for this. Sir, the receipts coming as well?
Coming.
With the price on it.
I'm not sure now it's writing about price.
So we are refueling the Phenom, and Marcio wants an invoice, but they are refusing to give him the receipt. And I think he was kind of scared that they are going to charge a different amount.
No, but I want your services prices. I want your prices.
Okay, I will.
Handling charge, transportation charge, your services, okay? I want to see how much this costs. I don't like surprises. And especially I don't like expensive surprises.
Merkür'le kontak kuramıyor musunuz? Öyle mi? Don't make it, I will send it. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I don't understand. Who is saying no?
Merkür.
Who's Mercury?
Understand?
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't.
I'm so sorry.
Marcio is stiffed on a final receipt.
That means they're gonna get screwed. That's what it means.
He'll get billed for this later.
Exactly what that means.
Being experienced doesn't mean that you're invincible. Things can always happen.
Take off. Okay.
80 knots. Bus checked. Up. Positive rate of climb. Gear up.
For Lex, the miles logged so far on this jet are paying off.
Climbing level 210, November 6 Golf Yankee.
Being young doesn't mean that I'm not competent. Over the hours, you get to know the plane.
November 6 Golf Yankee, confirm passing altitude.
We are in 2,000 feet, November 6 Golf Yankee.
I'm able to catch up with a lot of things very quick.
Circle 11. Which way was circle?
Circle to land, not off arrive, northeast of runway.
It builds my confidence, just like going from 0 to hero.
November 69 Golf Yankee making its inbound turn.
Continue approach final runway.
But Lex is about to face a whole new challenge. Competition.
Today we're picking up a new crew member. We're gonna take him all the way to Singapore. Captain Amaury Rivera.
You must be Marcio.
I'm Amaury, huh?
Amaury Rivera. Nice meeting you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Nice to meet
Amaury used to pilot this jet for its old owner.
you. Miss her?
I'm very glad that you actually took very good care of my plane. Or at least what it used to be my airplane.
Now he has to prove himself to the new owner. So Marcio will be testing him on the next leg of this journey.
Good, you ready for this adventure?
I'm absolutely ready, yes.
Very good, very good.
I see Amaury and I'm thinking like, does he really have to fly with us to Singapore?
We gotta get going.
No problem. Let me know if there's anything that you need me to do for the flight, okay?
He's taking away my seat, my experience that I need so much.
Hello.
Hey, Kerry. How you doing?
Gotta call Cory again while we're on the ground.
Any of those crazy storms I'm giving you any trouble?
They looked dark, but it was absolutely a beautiful flight.
I sure miss the good old days. No cell phones. The boss couldn't check up on you. All you did was get in the plane and go.
Well, good luck with chasing those storms down. Be careful.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, Claire, why don't you go see if you can take care of the landing fees?
How the heck am I supposed to ask? I'm in Portuguese.
Just go upstairs to the airport administration and see what you can do. I don't speak Portuguese either, so.
Good luck.
If she's going to be ferrying aircraft, she needs to learn how to do this. A lot of times, you know, we don't have a set plan. We don't know where to go. We don't know how to speak the language. You just dive in, get whatever help you can.
Spanish or Espanol?
Yes.
English?
No.
No. Yo necesito pegar por la avión.
Okay.
Landing. My dad thought that having me along, I'd be like a little translator, but it's a little different in the classroom in Wisconsin than it is out in Brazil. Hola. Yo necesito pegar por la avión, ir aquí. Landing fees, tariffs. We landed here, so we have to pay landing fees.
Do you need feeding the flight plane?
I think that's okay. I had no idea what he was trying to say, and he was really confused too. So, yeah, that was interesting. I just want to get out of here. It's taking forever.
Please. This is your taxi fee, okay? And this is liberation to take off.
Sounds perfect. Thank you for all your help. We have till 12 to take off.
Okay, I thought it was going to be so easy. What took so long?
You want to do this takeoff, Claire?
Oh. This plane is a little different compared to what I'm used to flying. It's a pretty heavy airplane.
I'll tell you when to start rotating. The big trick is to be smooth. Don't jerk it off the ground. All right, here we go. A little faster. It's not an easy plane to take off. You have to be easy on the control. Hey, speed's alive.
Right away, it jerked, and I'm kind of startled by that.
That's a good attitude. Nicely done, Claire.
Morning. Should be about 10 minutes prior to 4 o'clock in the morning.
Time for Marcio to muster his two co-pilots for the final push to Singapore.
Yeah, we'll see how Maurice feeling, man, because he was pretty sick last night. Let's go check on him, see how he's feeling.
A bad sinus infection has a Maori laid low.
Hey, Marcio.
Hey, man, how you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, I'll be downstairs in 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you downstairs in 10 minutes. You know, from all my calculations, legs, distances, everything went fine. There's one major mistake that I made. It was the number of socks that I should bring, so now I'm on my last pair of socks. They happen to be white.
Downstairs, Lex
Maybe a bit too big?
is wearing white, too.
You know, this is a pilot makeover edition.
Some space.
Huh? Nice.
It's good.
You know, he came out as this little hippie dude, you know, and he came out of there, you know, an aviator.
It's gonna be a huge day. It's gonna be the longest day. It's the last day, so I really wanna get there before sunset. Now it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning, so.
Maori is sick. What I think of is, of course, I can fly the remaining legs, which doesn't sound nice, but every chance that I have to fly, I need to take it because it might be the only one that I have. There's something coming.
Here we are.
A Maori seems to have rallied back from his illness in time to face his critical test.
Captain Maori, how are you? Can you fly? Can you fly?
Yeah.
This is our last day, and this is the only chance for Mauricio to fly with me to get my evaluation.
Amaury needs 2 thumbs up from Marcio if he wants to fly for the new owner in Singapore.
Amaury has to prove he's fit for the job. It's that simple. The job has certain requirements, and he has to check all the boxes.
This is going to be a right turn to runway 11. Clear on the left, on the right.
What I've been looking for in Amaury is flight skills, professionalism, safety in the cockpit. That's what I really care about.
Ahead of them is a 4-hour flight to India, then another 4 hours to Singapore.
This is not an ideal situation. He's pretty sick. We're gonna see how it goes.
November 69 Golf Yankee is ready for departure.
Sitting in the back of the plane as a pilot is, of course, not a nice thing.
B1, rotate.
Because you want to sit in front, you want to be in the game.
Positive right, gear up, please.
But Amaury is fighting to stay in the game.
My future job is at stake here.
1000, landing lights off, windshield hits on.
And I need to perform at 100% of the time.
1,000-foot checklist. External lights on, weather radar is set.
So you can imagine the pressure that is over my shoulders.
Windshield hit is on, checks completed.
Give you pressure in the ears? Huh? No, it's mostly on the sand, probably.
Yeah, I feel the ear popping, which means that the ear is making an effort to equalize, which is a good thing. That's something that you want.
Almost there, man. You comfortable doing this stuff, man? Flying alone here and
I've done it,
but I'm talking about Singapore and like that. Radar November 69 Golf Yankee.
November 69 Golf Yankee radar.
Yes, sir. Request a descent.
November 69 Golf Victor descent flight level 150.
You comfortable doing this, man?
I'm feeling pressure in the air.
We can't do any lower than this.
The worst thing that can happen is that the membrane that you have inside your ear gets completely ripped apart. And that means that you are not going to be able to fly for probably months.
Golf Yankee runway 07 clear to land, wind 180 degrees 06 knot.
81, good day, November 69 Golf Yankee. Level off here, please.
Level off.
Oh.
Amaury's eardrum is still in one piece.
Let it go, 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 let it go.
But is his job.
Amaury. So, my recommendation would be a positive one for the owners. I think you are safe, you know, no issues. I'll tell them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that's my fuel truck.
Here, red tape is a national tradition.
The pure example of bureaucracy in India. Usually to get a fuel, I have to sign one piece of paper, one receipt. Here they requested 4 signatures. They're not allowing us to go there because we don't have a visa. So they're gonna have to come back here, get the money, go back there, pay the money, get another stamp, another signature, come back here, file the flight plan, go back there. So it's gonna be back and forth about 3 or 4 times.
Marcio is very well organized. He wants everything to be planned, detailed, but some countries, when you go there, it's just different.
They still need to log 3,000 kilometers to deliver the jet tonight.
Honey, I'm almost there.
And Marcio has to deliver birthday greetings.
Get the cake ready.
To his daughter back home in just 24 hours.
2:05 in Singapore, now 2:10. We're already, we should be in the air now 10 minutes ago. The clock is ticking. No, sir. I send multiple emails. Okay, I'm tired. And I've been here for more than 1 hour now. I send multiple emails. That's what it is. I mean, I sent multiple emails. Oh, it's typical Indian, man.
I can see that Marcio is not far away from exploding. I mean, he can't do anything against it. It's just how things are.
You got to be kidding me. You guys told me 10 minutes. It has been an hour and 10 minutes.
No, what about no? Customs.
He has a certain limit, and beyond that, I don't want to be close to him.
Number 69 Golf Yankee, stand by.
Standing by, 69 Golf Yankee.
We're still waiting for the bureaucracy to make its way to the tower now. We paid, we cleared, but now he's waiting for one last something to let us go.
Number 69 Golf Yankee, start approved, runway 07, QNH 1011.
Here we go.
Speed is alive, engine instruments all in the green. Positive rate of climb.
Get up.
Up.
A 2-hour delay in India
It's already 5:15 now.
will put Marcio and Lex down after dark.
We're there at 8 o'clock at night.
And that's a problem.
This airport now, where we're gonna go, our final destination, and it's a visual airport, so there's no instruments to help me. I'm gonna be looking outside the window. Also, it's getting dark. I'm a little bit tired as well. It has been a very long day. It starts to build a little bit of anxiety.
Whew. It's a hot one. Now this feels like Brazil.
On the edge of the Amazon, Kerry and his daughter Claire face 4 hours across solid jungle.
Yeah, there's that super high, hot humidity I missed so much.
When you're heading into an area that's notorious for bad weather, it's a good idea to check with the locals first.
Tem TCU no setor noroeste, que eu passei, né? No setor noroeste ali tem TCU. É a única formação que tem próximo.
Well, apparently that was funny.
This weather briefer is giving me tons of valuable information.
Manaus.
You think that will get
Saída.
bigger?
Unfortunately, I don't speak Portuguese.
Possibility, boom. Where you guys from? Wisconsin.
Coming from Miami.
Oh, yeah?
Where you guys going from here? Manaus?
Manaus.
It's terrible that way.
Is it?
Really, right now?
Yeah, we're trying to decide if we're gonna try and go now or not.
I was jumping like a kangaroo.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very bumpy. I'm going to stay over.
I really trust what a fellow ferry pilot tells me about the weather on the route he just flew, because we're kind of a band of brothers. We look out for each other.
I mean, if we have enough fuel, you think, I would say let's just try it.
You ready to get bounced around?
Go for it. Yeah. Might happen. I don't know. It's up to you.
I know.
Normally, I'm the one who's going for it, and all of a sudden, Claire wants to go for it, and I was the one thinking maybe we should call it a night.
I mean, if you don't think you can handle it.
All right. I'll go for it. Crazy girl. Why not?
Your flight planning will be for tomorrow?
No, we're going for it.
Now?
Yeah.
You going?
Yeah.
Good luck. It's too big. The thunderstorms are too big. That's a small airplane.
Speed's alive, and go. Coming up.
You're up.
Crazy girl. Scary Clary.
Kerry, Clary.
Sir, very last landing, a little bit of turbulence, a little bit of weather.
With Amaury's test flight over, Lex is back in the hot seat.
Descending 4,000 feet, November Golf Yankee.
Singapore has 6 airports.
That's right there. It's right there.
Theirs
The airport?
I think so.
Has no automated guidance system to bring them in.
It's here. It's still quite far.
They'll have to find it by sight.
Do you think that?
I'm not sure.
It would be too close, I guess.
You have to spot the runways somewhere in between all these lights. There are many lights out there. It's dark. I don't know the city. And now I really have to help Marcio out because he's focused on flying.
I think it's right there. I see a light.
At the flashing?
That's it. That should be it. Keep an eye on that at the airport, okay? Keep an eye on that.
Yes.
It's the biggest test. I need to focus. I need to look out and make sure that we don't fly into some other airspace. It can be fatal to mess up in that situation.
Right turn 180 November Golf Yankee.
Now Lex has to line up the runway.
Runways in sight?
Yeah, gear down.
Gear down. November Golf Yankee, final runways in sight.
Runway surface right.
A wet runway can throw a fast jet into a skid.
Keep an eye on my airspeed now.
Yes, I will.
They need to come in low and slow.
We're a team, and we have to be one unit together.
125.
Lex has to be bang on the numbers.
Flap to 3, we're good to land.
116, 114, 112, 110.
Okay, another 3. Only guacamole.
We made it.
Shazam for one last time.
We are here.
Who's your daddy? Good evening, gentlemen. Finally here.
They've knocked down 19,000 kilometers.
Nice, well done.
Thank you.
And made a co-pilot out of a kid.
Lex was exposed to many lessons that might have changed him forever.
By the end, Marcio says he wants to fly again with me in the future, and that's all I want, that he's happy to fly with me.
In aviation, he still has a lot of things to learn. I'm sure he does. But look at him. I would not be a bit surprised if in a few years, Lex calls me and hires me.
This puts us officially in the Amazon. Boy, we are already over some pretty serious jungle.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Dense.
You know, Claire, when we started this trip, kind of thinking, well, you know, I might have to take less chances with you along because, well, you're my baby girl and I got to take care of you. And I never thought you'd be the one pushing me to take more risks than I normally would.
Part of the reason I wanted to go so bad is to see some real action here. I mean, this trip's been way too easy so far. I know it can't be that easy being a ferry pilot. Not turning back now.
We don't know that.
Okay, we don't know that.
When you're pushing the range in some of these airplanes and you're dealing with weather, it is very important to have a backup plan. What I try to do is save as much gas as possible. If you get to a huge thunderstorm, you've got extra gas to orbit and wait for the thunderstorm to move out.
There's good rain coming down. Got lightning ahead.
Claire said she wanted to go. I decided to say okay. She needs to understand the consequences of her actions and decisions. She's about to find out.
All right, well, tighten your seatbelt, Claire, because here's the first storm we got to dodge.
That is a huge cluster right straight ahead.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty crazy storms. You know, living in Wisconsin, we get our fair share, but
Wow, that's a lot of lightning.
a storm over the Amazon was something a little different.
I don't know how we're going to get around this one.
It came in fast and hard.
Boy, its visibility's really dropping. We've got sunset in 50 minutes.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a real live one here.
Next time on Dangerous Flights.
Police Federal. Federal Police?
Busted in Brazil.
This sucks a lot.
There's another one.
Alarm over Africa.
Are we talking last year? I don't know. Noisy as hell.
And Crash Course, Extreme Edition.
You should be careful under the snakes.
This is crazy.
This time on Dangerous Flights.
I can't hear anything.
The pressure blows at 10,000 feet.
We need to turn back now. We're having multiple problems with the airplane.
Oh, now you've overshot it. Go back.
A father-daughter delivery job
Dad,
becomes a sky-high sparring
I'm not
match.
gonna get any better with you yelling in my ear.
Strapped for cash.
We just put a boatload of gas in the plane and we have no way to pay for it.
Brad and Stu get stuck in a runway standoff.
There's a semi-truck parked in front of us. We can't leave. Let's roll.
I was speaking thunder for the rain keeps falling. Here we go. It all starts to rumble.
Why you kidding me right now?
You're crossing the border. You're crossing the border.
Real deal, man. Real deal.
This is exactly what Kerry and his 18-year-old daughter Claire were warned about.
They were right when they said it was going to rain in Manaus, because it's raining like hell over there.
Whoa.
Earlier today, locals tried to steer them clear.
Is it? It was very bumpy.
I mean, if you don't think we can handle it.
I tell you, if I was by myself, there's no way I'd be going today.
Well, we're going.
Kerry's an old hand at storm dodging.
That is a huge cluster right straight ahead.
We're running into bad luck here.
But it's turning into an aerial obstacle course.
There's another one over there.
This is Claire's first time on a ferry flight, and she's never really been in any serious weather. So this is going to be a real eye-opener for her, because there's no getting around it.
It's their first storm since leaving Uruguay 2 days ago to deliver the Beechcraft Bonanza to its new owner in North Carolina. They're almost at the halfway point, over Brazil, where storms are known to be fast and fierce.
It looks pretty nasty up
We're
there.
heading straight into quite a mess up here.
You can get a wall of thunderstorms that can block you from the airport you're trying to get into, and they might be in your way for 3 hours, long after you've run out of fuel and crashed in the Amazon. The timing is pretty critical.
This visibility is really dropping.
With sunset closing in, Kerry's got two options. Turn back before they run out of fuel, or roll the dice and skirt around the storm.
I might increase the speed, burn a little bit more gas. I think getting there in daytime is a little more important. And I don't know if there's kind of a break in here. Kind of doing a little slalom course through these guys, trying to shoot the gap a little bit.
They clear the worst of the storm,
Visibility 5,000.
but it's left behind a thick trail of cloud.
Okay, decision height is 450 feet. Okay, if you don't see the runway yet, I'm going around.
Claire needs to spot the runway before the plane gets too low.
If I don't see the runway, I have to say that?
Yes, decision height. Decision height, I don't see the runway.
If I don't, to say that?
If you don't, we die.
Hey, so how far are we from the airport?
About 5 minutes.
Oh, cool. Check it out. Check out the Cessna coming in the lane. Very nice. We must be close.
Brad and Stu have their own epic journey ahead.
We got to check out this plane. It's been under heavy maintenance for who knows how long.
We're flying this thing over 17,000 kilometers.
They face a mammoth 14-leg trek across 3 continents and an ocean before touching down on the other side of the Canadian Rockies in Langley, British Columbia.
This looks familiar. Where is our plane?
Probably inside because it's not seaworthy.
There it is right there.
In my mind, I was expecting to see kind of a beat-up airplane.
It's got new paint, that's for sure.
Came around the corner, and it's really beautiful.
Their ride, a 20-year-old Beechcraft twin-engine turboprop.
How's it going?
Hi there. Hey, are you Rick?
Stu, hi Stu.
Hey, I'm Brad. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Brad.
So this is it, huh? Looks pretty nice, actually. You just get fresh paint.
New paint interior, new engine on the left side.
Very nice.
Oh, wow.
A lot nicer than the ones I've flown. A lot nicer.
In the ferry business, you're flying used aircraft, and sometimes these have laid around for years before they're actually flown. This one I was a little ding out of it already. Yep. We really aren't sure when the last time this aircraft was actually operated. See just a little bit of spray here, and how it's been maintained.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's up with the oil leak?
We had a big fuel leak the other day. We sorted that out. It was fuel draining and leaking into the wheel well.
One of the things about an airplane that looks beautiful, especially an older airplane, is it has no bearing on how mechanically sound it is.
What's it been in maintenance for?
It had had an engine failure prior to the sale, so it needed a new engine.
This plane hasn't flown for a couple of years. They got a brand new engine on it, so that's a huge, huge deal.
How much time does this engine have on it?
0. Yeah.
So this flight is the first one on this engine?
I've done all the checks I can on the ground, but there's a few things that we can't really check properly, like pressurization, for example. We'll do all those tests in the air.
And who's going to go on this? Are all 3 of us going to go?
So I'll go in the right seat so I can help you with the radios, or you can do them. It's up to you. And I'll work the pressurization.
Okay. Are you cool with staying out of the test flight, just letting me and Rick do it?
It's got a new engine in it, had a fuel leak and leaking oil on the ground. I'm good for the first flight on the ground.
So what you're saying is if we survive, you're happy to go in the aircraft?
You know how to make me comfortable ever so nicely.
You flown 1900s before?
Yeah, I've been flying them for the last 5 years or so. All right, you ready for start?
Yep.
Okay, airspeed's alive on this side. Live here, 80 knots. Europe, please.
Well, it flies.
Okay, you ready to bring the flaps up? I'll get the gear.
After maneuvering this 13-year-old Bonanza through storm clouds, Kerry and Claire face a wall of fog over the runway.
If we have to go around, at the decision point, I'll give it full throttle. Be ready for the approach flaps to come up.
And on this landing, I really needed to pull our co-pilot weight. We have to work as a team to land this plane safely.
A foggy landing can challenge any co-pilot.
316 Papa, descend 1,500 feet.
Claire is still earning her pilot stripes.
Descend to 1,500. That's your job.
Sorry.
There was a lot that my dad was expecting me to do on this flight, and a lot of times I'm used to just sitting back and letting him do all the work.
You're gonna, know the final decision height. You're gonna be looking for that on your altimeter.
In just 300 meters, Claire's got to spot the runway or they risk hitting the ground. If she can stay focused long enough.
Tower 118.3, salon.
118.6.
118.3.
118.3, 365.
That's it, salon.
All right, Claire. You're not paying attention.
I know it's really exciting to be on your first ferry flight, landing in the middle of the Amazon jungle in a thunderstorm, but come on, give me a little help.
Don't be taking pictures so you can send them to your friends.
Right to 070 to north.
Vision altitude.
Right on cue, Claire spots the runway.
I have the runway. Well, despite my better judgment, we made it.
We did. Aren't you glad now that we added on a chunk to our trip?
No, I'm not. I'm not happy.
We did 3 legs today. I'm tired. I want to take a day off.
It's the first 3 minutes of life for the 1900's new left engine.
Environmental failure.
But it's the other one that acts up right away.
We were climbing through about 8,000 or 9,000 feet, and the red light started going off.
The cabin's losing air pressure.
Our cabin is climbing at 2,000 feet a minute.
Well, we're climbing faster than the aircraft's climbing.
The cabin was, 10 or 11,000 feet, meaning we're running out of oxygen.
Brad tries a reset.
There's another one. Bleed air fail.
Fail a second time, eh?
Yeah,
well,
it failed a
basically...
second. Hold on 1 second. Why aren't these working?
Now the new engine stops feeding air pressure to the cabin too.
Don't fire fail. We got a pressure spike.
The airplane's designed that if one side fails, the other side is capable of running the whole system. The new engine was not capable of doing that. So the right side failed. Left side just couldn't pressurize the plane.
Are we talking last year? I don't know.
Now a new problem.
Must be a cabin air leak or something.
Turn back now. We're having multiple problems with the airplane.
I can't hear anything.
We're here safe and sound. I mean, I said, let's go for it, and pushed him into it, kind of. And hey, we made it. It was fine.
Well, how much real?
I don't see why we can't just do the same tomorrow.
But after pinning more than 3,300 kilometers of sky time in only 3 days,
Thank you.
Kerry has other ideas.
I want to take a day off. I've done all these ferry trips, and every single one of them I've been rush, and fatigue's a killer.
Let's rush now and enjoy our time in the Caribbean later.
When I'm having arguments with other co-pilots, I'm used to winning. When I'm dealing with Claire, it's like arguing with myself, and that can be kind of tough. We can still enjoy our time in the Caribbean.
Not as much.
Why not as much?
We're not even gonna be home by New Year's if we take this whole trip lax. I'm really pushing my dad to get to the Caribbean for Christmas. When he's trying to make safe decisions, I'm kind of just pushing to push along because I know he can, I know he's a good pilot.
I don't want to get up at 5 o'clock. We've been getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning for 4 days.
Set it yourself. It's like drinking from the fire hose. You just gotta go, go, go.
Yeah, but I don't have to. I don't have to go all the time. We can stop. Something that Claire's having a hard time understanding is the effect that fatigue has on a pilot. I want to take a day off, and she wants to keep going. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Frustrating.
Hey, Claire, gotta get a picture of me driving a boat on the Amazon.
In the battle of wills, Kerry's won this round. It's a day off flying.
It really is.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I say no to my dad at home, I'm just being an annoying teenage daughter, but here I'm his co-pilot, so I kind of have to do what he says.
But this is no hammocks and beer-filled afternoon.
I think this is some serious jungle. Flying over 600 and some miles of jungle in a single-engine aircraft is pretty dangerous, actually. Any one of 1,000 things can go wrong, and boom, we're in the jungle.
Kerry's already had one close call. Last year,
They're running pretty low.
over the same stretch of rainforest,
I really hope we make it. Oh, there we go. Oop, there's...
Like priority landing, fuel critical.
Normally in these accidents in planes, people don't know how to survive when they fall down, when they get in the middle of the jungle. So that's why most of them die. So you guys have short pants, no socks. Be careful. This is the time that the snakes are concentrated on the trail. They're small but venomous. So they use this ant here as a mosquito repellent, covering the smell of the human body.
Okay, that's kind of freaky.
This is insane.
If you have a crash and be lost in the jungle, the animal that you should really look out of like is from the wild pig. The ones that goes in very big groups, and they're cannibals.
Huh. A herd of wild pigs.
This is crazy. Right now, it just seems kind of overwhelming. I mean, some pretty intense jungle out there, and I'm not prepared.
If you want to start a fire, take the battery to start a fire very fast.
And that's the one thing that we could use to signal aircraft that are searching for us. You know, we build a big smoky fire.
Yeah.
I had my doubts coming into it, but this is some good training.
Well, this stop here, this is just for the shelter.
Yesterday, I was ready to hit the sky. Now, being immersed in the Amazon jungle definitely puts a lot of weight on my thoughts. It could be the difference between life or death.
From the intentions of your flight level 140.
We're having multiple problems with the airplane.
Brad needs to get this Beech 1900 back on the ground, fast.
060 meters, connect 124.
Noisy as hell. Must be a cabin air leak or something.
There's not enough air pressure in the cabin.
This is here. Yeah, it's the window.
So pressure pushing from outside the plane has popped open the vent window.
Charlie, uniform whiskey, cleared for the left visual approach.
The air leak drowns out air traffic control.
I couldn't understand that. I can't hear nothing. Land Syria, sorry about this. We're having real time hearing your instructions. Could you say again?
Charlie, uniform whiskey, cleared for the left visual approach. Runway 06 left.
Okay, descent checklist, please. 3 green, final flaps clear to land, props forward, yacht ends way, runways clear.
Looks like we'll be doing this again tomorrow.
Yes, it does. All right, runways made.
It was just test flight from hell.
How's it going? We got a couple issues. The right bleed failed, and we got an incredible amount of noise from the co-pilot's vent window.
I'm more concerned about the environmental fail. Yeah. Any airplane should be able to, if one bleed air fails, the other should carry it, and it didn't.
Do you think it was the bleed not adequately pressurizing? The pressurization deal is a no-go item for us.
We can freaking go low, but we're gonna run out of gas halfway there.
Not being able to go up to altitude is going to make it so that we can't burn our fuel as efficiently. We won't be able to get it all the way across the ocean to Canada.
We can't go without that. It's gotta be sorted. It has to be.
Well, it depends on what the failure is and what parts availability is.
You know, we're in South Africa and can't get the parts.
Yep.
Worse, only Brad is certified to captain the 1900, but it comes with an expiry date.
I haven't been to school for this airplane for a year, so on the last day of the month at midnight, wherever this plane is, I'm a pumpkin, I can no longer fly it. So we have to get this thing delivered. Frustrating, so ready to go. It's gotta get fixed tomorrow.
The fuel to check. Make sure it's the right kind of fuel for the airplane.
I think the survival training really brought something home with Claire. Claire is taking everything a little bit more seriously, so she's doing her job better. Checking the plane over, checking the fuel.
And make sure there isn't any dirt getting in there, because that could cause problems Could be some major issues on a leg like this. I need to prove to my dad that I can be a competent co-pilot, and this is where it really comes down to it, where everything has to be impeccable. There's no room for error over a leg like the Amazon.
It's 655 kilometers of dense rainforest before they'll see another runway.
All right. All set?
Yep, let's go.
316 Papa, clear for takeoff.
It's all yours. Okay, everything looks good.
I want her to fly most of this trip. I want her to have her hands on the controls as much as possible.
We're not driving to Boa Vista.
I got it, I got it.
I know. Oh. Couple of bumps. Okay, start your left turn. So you're gonna concentrate most on your artificial horizon. Concentrate on your heading in here.
Trying, it's just...
I know.
Right after takeoff, I left Claire on the controls to see how she would do, give her some practice flying on instruments.
Just listen. When you're going through these clouds, just stare at the artificial horizon.
I know, Dad.
I know you know. Watch these birds.
Every minute of experience she can get at this stage of her career is like gold.
A quick glance over here, seeing you're 10 degrees off.
Most pilots die within 90 seconds of flying into clouds unexpectedly if they've had no instrument training.
A little correction, easy corrections. Mellow up, mellow up. Now you're overshooting. Now you've overshot it. Go back.
Dad, I've got it.
You gotta listen to me when I'm trying to teach you something. Okay, let's hang a hard right.
Kerry's a backseat driver. No matter who shares the cockpit.
You need to have your speed under control. That plane.
He's grabbed control from Cory.
I don't like to put flaps down and then have to add power to overcome the drag of the flaps.
Lectured Marcio.
Sure you want full flaps. Easy.
And barked Stu through a landing. But now, he's met his match.
Need to go a little bit. 10 degrees. I know.
Hold my altitude.
Attitude, but you don't want to drift. It wastes a lot of gas and energy if you're flying all over the place constantly, banking the plane, flying like a drunken sailor.
The only thing more annoying than a backseat driver is having one next to you in the cockpit while you're trying to fly.
Not gonna say exactly.
I understand, but every time prior to that, you overshot it by 6 or 7 degrees. I understand that it happens, but you have to get better at it.
Well, I know, but I've got it once. I'm not stupid. I know what you said.
Well, when I tell you to do something the first time, don't argue with me. Just say, okay,
That's what
I'll try.
Saying.
You didn't try. And don't tell me to, stop. Don't tell me anything. I know it all, because you don't know it all. You don't know hardly anything.
I'm not going to get any better with you yelling in my ear.
Okay, well, first of all,
Hopefully he's got some sort of news.
News is good.
Brad and Stu need the Beech 1900 back in fighting form. It's due in Canada in just a few days.
But I just want it fixed. There's no more problem. We're done.
A little disconcerting.
This is bad.
And we walk into the hangar, it is in complete pieces.
Tools everywhere. All the cowlings were off. All the wheels were off.
They do have a wrecking crew on this thing, don't they? I mean, they're all over, like 50 dudes out there, I'm telling you.
This thing is nowhere even close to being ready.
The plane is not delivered by the last day of this month at midnight. We're dead in the water.
That's when Brad's certification to fly this plane expires. The 1900 would be stranded between here and Canada with no qualified pilot to fly her.
Rick in the house? Anywhere? Oh, there you are.
You got the full-on wrecking crew out here today, huh?
Yeah, well, we've been pulling it apart for a while.
You know, the first impression of the plane, it was super nice. I mean, the paint looks great and the interior looks great, but at the same time, they call that polishing a turd. You take an airplane, slap a nice coat of paint on it to cover all the cracks and bumps and bruises.
Well, now there's 4 or 5 components in the system. that could be the problem. So we're just gaining access to those to do some tests and narrow down the culprit. The airplane has had a bit of a rough life.
The plane's got its quirk. Apparently it got repoed. All three banks showed up and started going, oh, I want my airplane. And then the court battle started with who actually got a piece of the plane. So it's been sitting on the ground for like 3 years or something like that. So it's bound to have problems, and it did. It had problems.
So this valve is defective then?
This valve is the source of the 1900s cabin pressure problem. It regulates air pressure in the plane.
And I don't know if or when we can get one. Unfortunately, here in South Africa, we can't just go across the street to the part supplier and buy what we need for any price, really. They're just not available. So the entire cowl system's got to come off. This lower cowl takes a long time to do it.
Yeah. I think I'm glad I'm not a mechanic, because it is just a total mess in there. We could be here for days.
Dad!
Listen to me. Minor corrections. When you're in the clouds, you don't bank that hard.
She was being way too aggressive on the controls. Classic rookie instrument pilot mistake.
Now stop. Your turn. You're going to overshoot it again. There you go.
By 1-3.
Now you've overshot it. Go back.
Dad. I've got it.
I'm not gonna let my dad boss me around, that's for sure. I mean, I'm pretty stubborn too, you know, just like him. He hasn't been this bad since he taught me how to drive.
And I knew it was going to happen. You're going to go right past.
You could tell me once, but if you keep yelling
I'd never told you the first time. You were doing it. You're learning for the first time, and I needed you to shut up and listen.
The first time you said it, I knew what you meant.
I'm a pilot too. I'm second in command, so I'm gonna hold my ground. That's for sure.
I'm just trying to tell you what to do, and I don't want you to argue with me when I'm telling you that. I'm teaching you something.
I'm learning, and when you're learning, you do things wrong.
Like now, you're 10 degrees off
heading. I'm
heading.
trying to deviate from this huge cloud.
Okay, then.
When I thought about it for a second, she was actually doing a pretty good job for the conditions we were in.
You're doing pretty good, actually, Claire, for someone who doesn't have an instrument rating.
Well, thanks.
You got this way faster than I did it. I mean, your first real instrument flying, actual conditions, most people learn under a hood, not over the Amazon.
She did a great job.
Double gun.
Hello, again. Ah, you're back.
Yep.
You got it?
Yep. It was a bit of a battle to get it out, but...
Yeah, bureaucracy?
Those parts that we thought would be so hard to obtain in Africa were across the runway. It's right over there, off another plane, just like this.
They look pretty serviceable.
A new valve should put a stop to the plane's cabin pressure problem.
Let's not mix them up.
Exactly, that's what I want to...
That automatically takes care of the window that's been popping open.
Thank God they can get this thing fixed and we can get on our way.
Great, well, let's put it in.
Cool. It's entirely possible that the part that we got was initially even cannibalized from this plane. So it's just the way it works down in Africa.
Now put the connector on and we're ready to go.
It's got four tanks. Can you fill all of them full? As full as you can. Thank you.
We're hoping to get this thing and moved over to the terminal at 11:30. Okay. You know, we want to be wheels up at 1.
So this is our fuel release, so that's okay.
No, that's not okay.
It's not okay?
No, I don't know this one at all.
There's like a big problem with fuel.
What's that?
It totally up the fuel release. Yeah. We got to pay with the credit card for all this gas.
Called for fuel. It's the only fuel on the field. Showed our release, and they've never heard of the company.
It's got to get paid for. There's a semi-truck parked in front of us. We can't leave.
He's not moving that truck till that fuel's paid for.
Yeah.
The boss, Cory Benson, set this flight up all the way from Utah, but here we are, thousands of miles away, trying to deal with problems that he can't even see.
Normally, Cory would give us like 10 grand, and I asked for 10 grand. He's like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. We'll have all the fuel covered. You just sign for it.
Brad is highly irritated by it.
You don't want to give us the tools to make things happen. Whatever.
When things don't go his way, he lets someone know about it immediately.
Hey, what's going on?
We just put a boatload of gas in the plane and we have no way to pay for it.
What do you mean?
You guys had sent us a fuel release, and the company doesn't exist on this airfield. I spoke with the driver and I said, hey man, you know, this is our release. He said, don't know who these guys are. You gotta pay with a credit card or cash, and we don't have it.
How much fuel is on board?
Are they clicking this off in liters or in gallons? Liters. Liters.
In hundreds of liters.
No, I'm not putting $3 grand on my credit card. I mean, it's not my responsibility. The domino effect, if we leave late, is massive. We get delayed 2 hours for fuel. It's not just we're arriving late and getting to the hotel late, messes up customs. You see what I mean?
I'll get it fixed. 5 minutes tops. It's fine. Whiny little bastard.
They got to fill out a form and send it to Europe. Europe's got to manually fill it out by hand and then fax it to these guys. These guys got to get the fax and then say that it's good or not. He claims it'll all happen in 5 minutes. I think it's
All right, they actually came through as promised. 5 minutes, we got the paper to give it to them and be able to pay for the fuel and be free of the fuelers.
Works for me. That one works? That's it. Thank you. Pull the chocks, kick the tires, light the fires.
This first 1,500-kilometer leg from South Africa to Malawi will be the acid test for this overhauled plane. And a new pilot matchup.
All right, you know what a 1900 looks like, don't you?
First one for me. Up until now, I'd never actually put my hand on a Beech 1900 as a pilot. I certainly hope that I can meet his expectation.
We've never flown together. If you see anything you don't like, tell me. I won't be hurt about it, and I'll do the same for you. And we'll go from there.
We're going in totally dry. We'll see how it goes. I have no idea how he talks on the radio, how he flies.
You ready?
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, faux show. Charlie Golf, uniform whiskey. Clear to take off to 8,000. I don't think you're transmitting. Uniform whiskey, squawking, what was the squawk again? 673? 734. Go.
I got uniform whiskey. Your release is subject I for traffic inbound, sir. Listen up.
Okay. Just say again. Say again for uniform whiskey. You gotta cue your mic. Keep hitting the wrong one. We gotta tighten up this radio work. It's a little rough. Yeah. What's going on? When you're in an aircraft that everything is foreign, you're like, all right, everything kind of goes. Yeah, I hear you. That takes a step back, but it's all good. I have tons of time.
And there was a lot of excuses going on, you know, about, oh, it's a new plane. And it's like, yeah, but talking on the radio, it doesn't matter if you're in a Cessna or a 747. It's press a button and talk.
Charlie Golf, uniform very cleared to departure 06 left. No, we're not cleared for departure.
To line up runway.
Like I said, man, gotta tighten up those radio calls. We're not cleared for departure.
Stu, who's way, way behind the 8 ball, he's pretty low time. He doesn't even have 1,500 hours yet, so there's gonna be a lot of mentoring going on, I think.
Uniform whiskey's ready for departure. And tell them 2 crew, 0 packs, 5 hours gas. And uniform whiskey, we have 2 crew with 0 passengers. We have 5 hours fuel. Here we go, big cat. Work your magic, cowboy. Ooh, a little windy. Positive rate, call it. Positive rate, Europe.
Whiskey enters the TMA, heading 030.
Was that for us? Yep.
Get your game together. It's radio work.
Ready for descent to Boa Vista?
Claire is also cutting her teeth landing an unfamiliar plane.
So, Claire, what do you think? You ready to land the big old beast?
Yeah, I'm ready. Get at me, landing.
Claire's probably a little nervous about landing this plane because it's bigger and faster than most everything that she's used to landing.
Seeing you're gonna land, I'm putting my shoulder harness on too.
Ah.
Landing an airplane can be one of the trickiest parts. The real test comes when you have to actually come down and make contact with the earth.
Boy, you don't want to screw this one up. There's some mountains down there, some big old hills. Like right into that cloud.
And
Gonna put us right into bumpy bumpies. Boom, there's one. 316 Papa has runway in sight. Okay, your plane. 3 green. You're okay now. Come up. Pull back. There you go. Put some power in. You're gonna need power. Pull back just a little bit to get her speed. Give it just a little bit more gas. Don't let it sink. Come on. Put your hand on the throttle.
The Bonanza is a heavy airplane. She was having a hard time holding it back with just one hand, so she took her hand off the throttle, grabbed the controls with both hands.
Boom. Throttle off. Oh, I got it. Never take your hand off the throttle, Claire.
She left a little bit of power in, so as soon as we landed, back up we went. Kind of a bounce.
yeah, I know to not do that, but I just couldn't steer.
But yeah, never take your hand off the throttle when you're landing, because then you got to reach for it. You might pull the wrong thing back.
I'm just not used to this side. It's like
flying
left-handed. I just can't.
Yeah, flying.
Not used to it.
The wrong hand. All right, Claire. You didn't break the airplane.
Poor hula girl. Your landing smashed.
Hey.
Throw hula girl.
She was falling over long before that.
I don't know. Welcome to Boa Vista.
This is the highest this plane has been in 3 years.
Yes, it is. And it's fast. 3 years.
After a rough start, Brad and Stu are finding their feet as a team.
Sierra Foxtrot Victor.
I think I surprised him a little by basically failing on the radio, but then he definitely surprised me by getting over it just like that.
Said, hey, man, you want to take it the whole way?
Really? We kind of took off and immediately was like, you want the controls? I'm like, yeah.
I'll help you out like this, boom, give you a heading bug.
There were some concerns on this flight, but at the same time, it's the first time he's ever been in the 1900, and I was a little hard on him.
Right here, if you turn right here to about 320, that'll put you on a perfect downwind.
And I flew basically the whole thing all the way to Malawi.
Uniform approach, clear the final 1-4, report final.
We're 9 minutes away from the airport, and then we can start down.
I'm expecting him to say, okay, I have the controls, I'll land the airplane.
Yeah, you know what? Take your time coming down.
Yeah. And then on descent, he made no indication he was going to take the controls from me.
Okay, got flaps here. Props come up whenever you call it. I would probably do it now just so you can get a feel for how much it slows it down. Thumbs up.
I just can't make him sit in the right seat, talk on the radio, and flip the gear. That's what they call gear in aviation.
You can start bringing her down to ref 10. I don't want to see anything lower than ref 10.
He ain't gonna learn anything being my.
Okay, we're getting a little slow. Look at your powers. They dropped off, so bring them back up.
One of the things that I appreciate about Brad is the fact that, he's going to allow me to learn. Whereas I've definitely flown with some people that are like, oh, I got it.
All right, runway's right there.
Yeah, looks like it.
3 green, final flash, clear to land, process forward, yaw amps away. Runway appears to be clear. You are just about ref, and we're high, so maybe bring that nose down a skosh.
There's a lot of pressure when you're landing an airplane, especially a big one that you've never landed before.
Keep feathering off the power, all the way down. Heels on the floor. Looking good. Start pulling the power slowly, because it's gonna sink like a rock. That was awesome. That's pretty smooth. Cool. Dude, did it. We did it, and you did it, man.
That was a pretty good first landing, I'll tell you what. And then doing it in the airplane instead of a simulator.
Landing it smooth, especially the first leg, first time with Brad, it was a huge confidence booster.
Yeah, so I'm tired, man. I want something to eat in a hotel room.
How you doing?
Yeah,
Are you're the man?
Yeah, I'm the taxi.
Very nice. Thanks for waiting for us.
Once again, we're not even gonna have a chance to see anything. Hotel, dinner, sleep, and leave.
Oh, and this window doesn't roll down.
You should probably turn the headlights on. It is freaking pitch black out here. Oh, it's freaking dark.
It's black. I think he has candles in the where headlights would go.
I'm a little scared. You see that? Look at this dude in the middle of the lane.
It's a human being.
No kidding. I know. That's why you need new headlights, man. We're gonna kill somebody. Did something just run across the road like an animal? I think I just saw a puma.
What the hell? This is the Malawi Autobahn right here.
Worse than any dangerous flight we've ever done. Riding in a Malawi taxi cab. Oh my God, where is this hotel?
If I thought that this taxi ride was surreal, it was really just preparing us for what was at the end of the ride.
Sweet.
I have a jacuzzi in mine. What's in yours?
I think my shower curtain is covered with blood. Holy mama.
Is this the Bates Motel?
It's a crime scene. I'm gonna have to shower with my boots on, for God's sake.
I think this candle has seen more exciting days. This is badass.
It's a crappy hotel, but at the same time, someone's paying us a large amount of money to move their airplane. They're not paying us to sit in five-star hotels and eat lobster dinner with pretty girls. You know what I mean? I cannot wait to have my bed bugs tomorrow. How you doing?
You'll be happy to know that all of your shaving supplies, your underwear, and your pants are all sitting in the front by the car.
They're what?
What? I knew you'd like that. Like shaving kits open in your pants.
Are you kidding me?
No.
So they just took my shit out of the room and just stacked it on the corner.
Let's put it by the van.
There's like thousands of dollars worth of stuff in there. I'm gonna go take care of that. I hope he's kidding me, but I don't think he is. Yeah, my shit's right there. My wallet's gone. My driver's license. My passport. What is going on? Me. I seriously don't know if this is a joke or what. I mean, seriously. My wallet's gone. All my credit cards, I have no cash. If I don't have my passport, I'm doomed.
Come on up here, Claire.
Thank God for the breeze.
You just push on that wing.
It's Christmas Day. Kerry and Claire's present to themselves is a little R&R, just a few hours away.
Okay. Fuel, customs, flight plan, weather. Okay. Normally in this situation, we just gas up, clear customs, and we're on our way to the Caribbean for a white sand Christmas. No, you're kidding me. That's when we ran into trouble. Customs is closed on holidays. We're here till tomorrow. So, great. Dang it. Merry Christmas.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's about to get worse.
You got your passport on you?
The local cops are suddenly suspicious.
Ah, federal police? Having a guard with a submachine gun meet you on the ramp and escort you to immigration, that was a first for me. Yeah, this is just the cherry on top of my Christmas cake today.
Next time on Dangerous Flights.
This is infraction.
Have Kerry's rule-breaking ways
I might be spending this Christmas in jail.
finally caught up to him.
I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
It can be done.
No, it can't. It cannot.
Brad takes on the boss.
Cory is wrong and I'm right, and I'm not going to give in.
Son of a...
Systems down.
Altitude selector has failed. The DI's boots are failed.
The Beech 1900 shows its ugly side.
Those are the signs that lead to an accident.